Fly Guy University, lesson 3. So first lesson was about being authentic, about being yourself, about humanizing yourself on the internet, building a brand around that, that kind of resonates with something more personal, that tells your human story. Lesson 2 was consistency is key and king. There's literally nothing else you can do but be consistent. That's the only variable you can control. But beyond being consistent, it's being wildly experimental, being willing to do things that other people aren't willing to do, allowing yourself to look like a fool. The more amount of times you allow yourself to look like an idiot, the more wisdom you could hold, the more questions you allow yourself to just ask and experience, the more experiences you'll get. Experience is something you can never buy. Lesson 3 is intention. Be intentional. Know your purpose. If you don't have a purpose, take some time to discover a purpose. Literally set your intentions. Why are you on social media? Why are you on social media? Why do you want to build your account? Who are you doing it for? Why are you doing it? I couldn't tell you the amount of big CT KOL accounts that have received a lot of followers, received hundreds of thousands of dollars, and yet you can't point to more than 10 people at most that they've ever helped succeed. You could take all of those things away, and your clout away, you can take all of the money away, because at the end of the day, when you die, the only thing that you leave behind is how you make others feel. Intention. Intention is literally what separates good from evil. You have to know what your intentions are. If your intention is to better help other people, if it's to better help yourself, how do you plan on doing that? It's being really mindful. Be extremely raw, genuine, and authentic. Be extremely hardworking and consistent and experiment constantly. But beyond any of those things, understand why you're doing it. Another one of my favorite quotes. If you feel helpless, become helpful. It's impossible to feel helpless when you're helping others. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I like to think of it as a spiritual and a financial journey. The first is physiological needs, right? Once you figure out basic survival, it's safety and security, improving your health, right? You have enough to survive. You have enough to optimize your survival. The next is love and intimacy, right? Tribe, community. After love and humility is sovereignty and legacy. How you are remembered when you're no longer here. It's not about any sort of relationship or any financial conquest or achievement. Actually, it's how you make people feel and the ripple effect that has throughout space and time. This is why I always say power is responsibility, and responsibility is power.